exuberant teachers, and enthusiastic students. A warm good morning to each and every one of you. Today, we celebrate Teachers' Day in India. This is to mark the birthday of our former president, Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, who was a great scholar, a respectable teacher, and a philosopher, and a Bharat Ratna awardee. All of us have some dark dungeons in our mind. Unless someone pointed out those dark areas, we don't know what it is. It is the teachers who always help us to know those dark areas. Teacher, in Sanskrit, we call them as Guru. Guru means dispeller of darkness. They are the people who throw a light in those dark areas of our mind and make us become brighter. When we become brighter, we can shine like a star, and the world around us can see us better. And also, we can see the world in a clear and better perspective. Learning and teaching are the two sides of the coin. Irrespective of the age, all of us possess these two qualities. In some of the areas, we may be teachers, and some of the areas, we are students. I believe that children are the most respectable or powerful teachers than the elders. They are the epitome of innocence, honesty, frankness, openness, sincerity, commitment, and never give up attitude. I learned a lot from the children, and still I have been learning a lot from them. So never underestimate the capacity of the children as teachers or as gurus. Learn from them. Today, we have two sessions. One is the youth leadership program. We have learned a lot from the society, from our experience, from our surroundings. We have to give it back to the society. We have to give back to the future generations. We have to give it back to the future citizens. The best idea or the best platform is to give it to the children, because they are the people who will govern this or guide this world in the next generation or in the future. And the next session is mentoring. We have to learn a lot. We learned only a very little bit what we can or what we have to. So the mentors or our teachers or coaches will help us to guide us and become better. And mentoring, on the other hand, when we learn a lot, we can mentor someone so that they can also progress in their life, and become better. To deal these sessions, we have two great presenters or faculties or gurus or teachers we have. So listen them. This will help you to give more, get more, and change life through quality matters. So dears, listen these two sessions like inquisitive students so that you can become wonderful and charismatic leaders and teachers tomorrow. With all the best wishes, I am handing over the control back to our webinar coordinator, Kadir. Thank you.
A huge round of applause to such an opening address. Now we all know what are we here for today. Thank you, Narayan sir, for beautifully explaining the importance of today and our role in being a better person and a better leader. And today, the youth leadership program is going to be explained to you by a person who is born to take this role. Because the introduction that I'm going to tell you will justify what I'm going to say. She is a teacher since 1992. It's even before I was born. She is a teacher for my years experience. She is a teacher. A Toastmasters since 2015. A 4 times Triple Crown awardee. She is a leadership development program coordinator. Served District 92 as Pathways Ambassador. She is currently pursuing the 7th path, and she has coordinated and creating more leaderships in our district. And she is also a counselor for Dawani Gavel Club. She see how enthusiastic she is to teachers, to teaching and students. And we love to see a lot more from you and more about a youth leadership program. Over to you. The screen is all yours. DTM Naina ma'am.
Thank you, Kadir. Thank you very much. So I start with wishing all the teachers, mentors, coaches, coordinators, and guides present here Happy Teachers' Day. So I'm so proud that I've got a chance to speak something which is close to my heart. So before I start, I think I'll start my screen sharing. Okay, just 1 second. So today we are here to know why to start Youth Leadership Program, or YLP as it's called, how to start and how to conduct. Now, why to start YLP? Because mainly it's a Toastmaster International gift to today's youth. Today's youth are tomorrow's leaders. So it's better to mold them from very young age. So this is one of the main reasons. And the second one is it's also a program of District 1-1, giving back to community. As Toastmasters, as leaders, we have learned so much. But somewhere we have to give back to the community, and where else can be to start with the youngsters. Now, how to start the program? And why to start YLP? The youth are like sponge. They are ready to learn. It's there we teach them to speak. It's not giving lectures or something. It is to talk about their opinions, ideas, dreams, goals without fear. They should be able to voice their thoughts and also think on their feet and the ability to speak. And they learn to give positive feedback, which is an essential tool to interact with each other. These youngsters learn to lead by taking up different roles in the meetings. There are so many things which we are doing in our meetings. They will be learning it in a short time ways, because We are learning in our own pace, but these kids in YLP, they'll be learning in very short time. Now, how to start this program? A club in good standing should sponsor the program. And so the club takes the essential steps to continue and complete the program, arrange the coordinators, and arrange the YLP kit for the program. So this is mainly the club's duty, and without the club sponsoring, the YLP sessions cannot be started. You need a sponsoring club. Now for the students are to learn free. They are not charged for learning or for their manuals. Then who pays for them? The club. The club has to purchase the YLP kits, which is $17 only. That includes 5 participants' workbooks, 1 coordinator guide, and also completion certificates. The extra, of course, $2 and $5 per certificate, a coordinator guide, and individual workbooks. This the club has to purchase from where? Luckily, District 121 store can take the order and get these kits for the clubs. So you can contact logistic manager, Toastmaster Naina, who can help you to get these YLP kits. The age group for the YLPians, we prepare 10 to 17 years, because here they are going to learn to speak their thoughts. So the fluency will come, it's better after 10 years, even though the Toastmaster International advises for 8 years. But I personally felt it's comfortable to have children from 10 years, because lesser than that, they drop out. This risk we cannot take. We want to see every YLPN complete the program. And also, every group should have not more than 15 students or maximum 20 students. This is not only to give personal attention, it is necessary that each child participates in every session. If the group is large, there may be few kids sitting idle and just watching. Now, believe me, children lose interest, and your YLP program can become a flop. To make it a success, it's better to have lesser children. 15 is fine. Now, where to start this program? The government schools, aided schools like missionary schools, and schools run by NGOs. So these are the best places to start to get the maximum participants for this program. Now, how long is this program? This program is for 2 months. It is conducted for 1.5 hours per week. Now, the school and the coordinators can decide a particular date and time to conduct the program and stick to the same timing week after week. Now, who to conduct? There will be 2 coordinators, the prime one and the co-coordinator. The prime coordinator is the complete in charge of the WLP program. He is the instructor, the coordinator, and also the counselor for the students as well as the parents. He is responsible to see the sessions move smoothly and ends successfully. The co-coordinator is to help out the coordinator whenever necessary, to demonstrate, to take up roles, to explain to the students. So together, hand in hand, the coordinator and the co-coordinator should work. So let us just stop sharing. Let's remember one thing. I just love this quote from Franklin Roosevelt, who said, "We cannot build the future for our children, but we can build our children for the future." YLP is one such program which will build our children to become better communicators and future leaders. Now, before I go to the next session, that is how to conduct the programs, so can I take the questions at the end of my session? Okay.
Yes, please, Swami.
Okay, so now once this is settled, you have the school, you have the students, you have the kids. Now, how to conduct these 8 sessions? There are only actually learning session comes in 5 sessions. The other 3 are different way you're going to interact and prepare with children. The first session is where it's breaking the ice between each other. Unlike the classrooms, here the students are of different ages, different classes. They may not knowing each other, even though they may be from the same school. So we conduct a small activity to know each other. The activity is you pair the children and give them 5 minutes. They have to introduce about each other amongst themselves. And after 5 minutes, the coordinator calls the pair on the stage and asks to talk about the partner. Now, this activity helps the students to break ice with each other, to know about each other, and delivering their first speech on the stage. Then after that, the coordinator introduces himself or herself and also the co-coordinator. Now just let's remember not to use the words like distinguished Toastmaster, pathways, path breaker, or triple crown of body. This makes no sense to the kids. They don't care. Rather, let's come to the level and say, I love to talk, so here I am. I have weakness for chocolates. You see my teeth, it's bad. But still, I don't care. I love this. So I'm coming here to make friends with you and to teach you in a fun way how to speak. The children will open up and they'll eat out of your hands. The first challenge a coordinator faces making the child to accept you. It's easy to teach them. Kids are like sponge. They learn much faster than adults. The challenge is to make them to accept you. Unless they accept you, they'll put a block and they will not learn. So this is the first thing. And throughout the sessions, the coordinator will be the general evaluator. So because he is going to instruct and take in charge and give the feedback to the children. Till the sixth session, step by step, the roles are to be introduced. Do not put everything together. The children will get petrified and the result will be poor. So the first session, they will introduce evaluating by taking the names for the icebreaker speech. In each section, you can have 4 icebreaker speech. So the second session, the children will give 3 to 4 minutes icebreaker speech, where they have to talk about themselves. Before that, the coordinator should explain what is expected to talk. And then in the second session, they will introduce evaluation. You can make a group of 5 or 4 kids, and they will be told to take few points which they have liked and few points which they think should have been better. After the speeches, the coordinator or the coordinator will evaluate the speeches and then ask one child from each group to come and say their points which they found very interesting and which could have been better. So the first step, they'll be learning how to evaluate in a positive manner. The third session, introducing the table topics. The demo will be between the coordinator and the co-coordinator. So he will show how the questions are put, and 1 or 2 questions the co-coordinator can demonstrate. And the next session, they will learn how to conduct the table topics and also take up the MC role. By the 4th session, children are running the whole show. They should be trained for the sergeant at arms role, the MC, the speakers, evaluators, and table topics master. This may sound difficult, but believe me, it goes so smoothly because I have conducted more than 17, 18 YLPs. The children learn faster. The day they start participating, the interest becomes more. And as Narayanan sir said, I learned a lot from my students. They teach us. So by 6th, you're teaching them also debate skills. Because there are going to be 20 students. On the final day, all the 20 had to be involved to showcase for their parents, teachers, the club officers, and district officers. So 7th day is almost like a run through. By then, the coordinator and co-coordinator will know which child is good in leadership, take up the MC role, table topic master, and who are good in speaking, give the speeches, who are good in impromptu speeches, attempt the table topics, and also the debate. On the day, final day, the coordinator should invite the program quality director, the the school principal, teachers, parents, the club president, all should be present. The 8th day, the whole program, without the interruption or instruction from the coordinator, should be conducted by the students. Now, it may sound difficult. So from day 1, the co-coordinator has one important duty: to write the minutes of the meeting and post it in the WhatsApp group formed for these kids, so the parents will know what is happening. Now, if there is an instruction of evaluation, explain how it is done. So all this explanation should go in the minutes of the meeting. So simultaneously, the parents are also helping in preparing for children. So the final day, once the children finished showcasing their skills and the program is over, you can invite the PQD to give over the certificates, welcome your parents and some students to share their opinions. But just one thing, remember, at no time let this go a failure. After 2 weeks, don't give up. Just see these 8 sessions are completed. And after this, the children should have the love to become a speaker and leader. And when you're dealing with the children, be very careful. Some adults, grown-ups have the habit of talking to children, kuchi kuchi ku. Believe me, no child likes it. But at the same time, don't become an army officer with one danda. Become a friend. Joke with them. Each session should be fun-filled. They should let them interact with each other, talk to each other, send messages in the chat box, encourage them to come open up. Now, when I said that one problem the coordinator finding is to make the child to accept him or her, the second problem is make the child to unlearn before learning. Especially senior students, they are used to giving speeches in their school assemblies or school events. So what they do, they copy paste from Google and that's their speech. So it took me 2 sessions to make them to understand what you're speaking, even I can do. I don't want to hear this. I want to know your feelings. What do you think? What is your opinion? How do you want this to be changed? Tell me about this. Tell it in a funny way. Tell your personal stories. Tell your fights with your brother, sister. This is making them to unlearn before they learn public speaking. And that's it. I hope I got something to make you to understand, and also it's difficult to remember all the 8 sessions. District 121 website under PQD initiatives, the YLP program is there. You can download the presentations and keep it as your reference. Thank you very much. If any doubts, I can answer. Otherwise, I'll hand over the stage back to the webmaster.
Hello guys, please utilize this time. You can ask any question regarding whatever doubts you have, and we'll make sure that your question is heard and answered by Naina ma'am.
Karavalli, President. Yeah, please. Yes, sir. Sir, you're under
Sir,
mute.
you're on mute.
I'll mute myself now. Thank you very much. I just want to know if there are any live videos for us to watch. Anything that you might have recorded in the past or at the TMI level or at the district level, anything of the past?
I'll find out, sir, because when I conducted, it was all in-person meetings. So the last year, division head conducted, I will contact them, and if they have recorded some meetings, we'll share it with you.
There's just one more question. You said the club should be a club in good standing, and the coordinator should have completed 2 paths. Is it 2 paths?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because children are smarter, very smart. Let us not underestimate them. They have up teen questions. So unless the coordinator is much experienced and knows how the nuances of public speaking and leadership, they'll create a poor picture in the eyes of the student. So it's better they learn what they are going to speak and all the questions they are able to answer.
So if in a
Yeah,
particular club,
Bella sir, let me intervene. See, what our Naina ma'am is telling, that is only preference. That is, even otherwise, if the coordinator is so much enthusiastic and experienced, there is no need of 2 paths completion. Why she is telling is to get that much experience, because as she told, students are much smarter, they may ask so many questions. The coordinator must have that much experience to deal with the students. Only what he meant. Yeah, over to you, Bella sir.
I just
Yes,
want
sir.
to ask, because if in a particular club we don't have somebody who's done 2 paths, maybe we could borrow from another club, perhaps. Is that allowed? The coordinator from another club? Because some of the new clubs will not have people who have done 2 paths,
But
from within the club.
as long as they accept to give the credit to your club, it's fine. The credit should go to the club which is sponsoring. The coordinator can be from anywhere, from other clubs.
Thank you.
That should be fine.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And one more question I was repeatedly asked, that as we are recommending to hold this program in schools conducted by NGOs and government schools or aided schools, which are for the underprivileged children who may not know the English language, should they conduct in their native language? Yes. The coordinator has the guidebook. He or she can go through the program, but teach the same thing in their language. That is no problem. So the main aim is to make the children to voice their opinions and ideas fearless. Language is not a criteria to learn to learn anything. And there was one more question which I came across last year was, these schools do not have the facility for Zoom meetings. But of course, all the public schools and all those fancy schools which have, the problem is how to solve. But slowly the in-person regular schools are starting. With precaution, I think it can be done. Thank you, sir.
We have one more question from Rajiv.
Yes, Rajiv.
Hello. Hi, Naina ma'am. So do this need to be a club level initiative, or can we form a group of, let's say, like 5 or 10 members from the district or area, and can we go ahead with coordination with different schools as a YLP program, or there should also be always be a club level initiative?
It is club level. The coordinators can be from different clubs, but the credit you can give to only one club.
Okay.
That is essential.
Yes. Like as we say, it is like a 8 weeks program. So 8 programs that we're going to conduct. So like, yeah, as rather than having a same person or 1 or 2 person coordinator and sub-coordinator, can we form a group of, let's say, 6 or 8 members together, like taking different sessions and grooming the kids so that they will have the variety and they will have like, yeah, different things learned together?
Yeah, what I did was, whenever we had to tell them about vocal variety, body language, how to include story or humor in speeches, I got people, other Toastmasters, to take sessions, but for short time, 10 to 15 minutes. But the co-coordinator is a must, all the 8, the coordinator and co-coordinator is a must for all the 8 sessions. Just let's remember one thing, children don't accept too many changes. It'd be difficult for any new person to catch their attention and make them to accept them and then teach them. So is tiny, small sessions, educational sessions is fine. That they will love. Somebody is coming and telling, that is fine. But these 2 should be there throughout the 8 session. It's mandatory.
Thank you, ma'am. Last question. Like, yeah. So is just the coordinator and sub-coordinator getting the credits after that successful completion of this program, or if it's formed by a 5-member team, does all the members do credit, or how is it?
No, only the coordinators will get the credit.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that's it. Thank you very much.
There's a question from one more question from Veera ma'am. Like, does the coordinator with the extra one, will they also be given the credit for a youth leadership program? The co-coordinator.
See, for district-wise, both will get credit. But if you're applying for your distinguished Toastmaster, then only the main coordinator gets the credit.
Okay.
Just to clarify that, a district will give the credit to the club, not the coordinators. The main coordinator will get the credit from the Toastmasters International. The co-coordinator won't get any credit.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. One more common question to both Naina ma'am and Narayan sir from the audience. Like, what is the learnings that the coordinators are going to share to the district? To when they are going to express out, what will be the key things that you will be looking to find from the coordinators?
One is passion to teach, to know how to handle the kids. That's it. And knowledge of leadership skills and communication skills. So it is in you. Nobody is going to look for anything in a coordinator. The coordinator has to bring out from himself or herself the passion to teach. That's all. So thank you very much. Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to talk about something so close to my heart. Thank you very much. Over to Kadir.
Thank you, ma'am. I request everyone to give a thunderous round of applause to distinguished Toastmaster Naina ma'am because today we have seen the passion Naina ma'am has for teaching and for kids. And for a brief period of time, she even considered us like her kids, and she explained how she will explain to kids. That's the one thing that really like. I became a student for a brief moment, and I really enjoyed it. I hope we will spread that positivity and bring more happiness and share more learnings.